BJ, I like to think of ourselves as seasoned broadcasting professionals, dispensing the most valuable and important information to our viewers.
I don't think of us like that.
Yeah, but I thought we would do a little better job than we did in our first show of telling you some important details about what's going on.
I'll give you that.
Here.
We left out a few details from this morning show.
Tiny things, really.
Things like the fact that we're in Los Angeles, or even California. Didn't mention it.
Or that a poker tournament went on today.
We didn't mention the Bicycle Casino, which is where we are.
We didn't mention that we are at an event that is a WPT main event.
We did not mention Day 1 at all, even though Day
1A. Nor did we mention that this is a re-entry event, which we will fix all of this.
But none of this we mentioned. However, we did spend like a minute talking about which side of the table.
And we've almost figured that out. I'm not entirely sold yet.
I'm 100%. I'm on the left.
All right. Now, they say you never really forget how to ride a bike. Apparently, though, you can forget that you are in the bike. So, in honor of that, we are calling today's show Like Riding a Bike with Jess and BJ.
Although, actually, our show is not like riding a bike because we forgot all those things. So we basically, figuratively, fell off the bike.
No, but don't you see that this is our chance to ride the bike? We've ironed out the kinks. We're ready to go. We're going to cruise.
If by ironing out the kinks you mean falling off the bike, yes, sure, I'm with you on that.
Your argumentative nature reminds me we have an over-under to settle up from earlier.
Yes, we do. Argumentative or not, I believe I won.
You won figuratively.
I won literally.
I won figuratively, that's right. Because our over-under bet for the first day of action here at the bike was how long it would take before we started arguing.
Before we had our first legitimate argument, not a little petty,
we didn't
goofy
count
stuff.
the arguments we had preparing the last episode.
Or just
nor any
standard disagreements.
It
had to be an argument. It had to be a legitimate
And we had
argument.
an independent arbiter in the form of the bookie making sure that this happened.
I had a countdown on my iPhone, counting
He
the
would
minutes.
hold it up and be like, 45 minutes till I get to yell at you. Which he didn't at 7:15, which was the line. We made it all the way to 9:33 p.m.
When
before we
she was
disagreed
clearly
over
wrong about
capitalized
many
letters.
things.
I wish I was kidding. Nonetheless, you win, I win, we all win. We have a new over-under.
Whoa, except we all win. I won.
What time is it? Let's mark down argument number 2.
Just saying, I get the points.
Look,
you don't. Winner, loser.
Yes, so let me try to redeem that with our over-under for today, which is going to be actually poker-related because we're really trying to
Because we just
on
wrapped
poker
Day
now.
1A of the WPT Legends of Poker event at the Bicycle Casino in
Los
Bell
Angeles,
Gardens.
Bell Gardens, California.
Bell Gardens, California, part of Los Angeles County.
Infos, right here.
Yes.
All right, today was Day 1A of 2 starting days, and we got 322 players for the $3,700 buy-in event.
Right. Day 1B will be tomorrow. Generally, Day 1Bs are higher, but there's a
catch
twist
here.
Yes.
This is the first ever WPT main event re-entry event, which means people who busted today could come back tomorrow and get a second chance.
Provided they pay a second entry fee.
So the question is, will we have more people because of the 150 or so that
170 something.
that busted? Will they be coming back? Or did we see a lot of people today because they were planning to potentially come back?
Right. Well, the bookie set a line, total number of buy-ins into this tournament,
So, okay.
782. So if a player plays Day 1A and 1B, they count twice towards this number. To reach this, we need 460 players to sign up tomorrow. 322 today. Do you think we are going to get more than 460 or less than 460? I won, and
you get
as
to go
the winner,
first.
I get to go first.
Thank
See,
goodness, because I still need to mull over this.
like riding a bike, see, we don't forget these little things.
On the ball we are.
I am going to take the over. I think Day 1Bs are usually larger. Plus, we had quite a few people bust today that we expect to see again tomorrow.
I know we will go through the list a little while, but yes, we will have a lot back.
Now, if you choose the same as me, you're never going to catch up to me.
I was very on the fence about this because I do think it's going to be close, but in the spirit of having a sweat, I will take the under on this one just because I do think that a lot of people survived, a lot of the pros survived the day, and those are the people that you tend to see re-enter into this event. So
So in the spirit of a sweat, you're taking the opposite of me. Such a contrarian.
And because it's fun to disagree with you. All right.
So you can't blame me for the argument.
So we
I'm
talked
just
about the
saying.
re-entry concept. There are some people we are going to see tomorrow that we already saw today, including the reigning champion in this event, Andy Frankenberger.
Reigning champion, reigning WPT Player of the Year.
Lots on the line, which is, thankfully for Andy, why he gets a second chance tomorrow. Today he busted in the last level of the day, and he actually was on the shorter stack that when he busted, he said he was kind of relieved to not end the day with a small chip stack and have to ask himself, does he want to forfeit his chips and
Quick
come back tomorrow?
asterisk on the forfeiture. If you end the day with a short stack, or even if a big stack, if you're an idiot.
Like, if you're crazy, you could just say,
Right.
I'll try again.
You could say you end up with like 3 big blinds and you're like, oh, I don't want to take a day off and then come back the next day. You could forfeit that stack and just say, you know what? Take
Wipe the
those
slate
chips
clean,
out of the
I'm trying
tournament.
again tomorrow.
I'm going to buy in tomorrow. But if you do that and you bust on day 1B, you can't get that stack back. Once you forfeit it, it's
You're
gone.
gone. You sign a waiver, literally waiving your right to your chips. We will not know just yet. I didn't see anyone forfeit at the end of the day. But
I've been told we will get that data tomorrow.
Yes,
and
we will
I'm
have that
curious
info
to
for
see
you.
who, because it's a tough equation. You know, if you end up short, but you are still in the tournament. I think I would have to be very, very short before I'd give it up.
I talked with David Baker earlier today, and he was saying that the number they had kind of come to in their group was about 7,500, 8,000 chips which would be about 8 big blinds going into day 2 that they would think forfeiting would be worth it if you had the money.
They're better players than me. I'd probably do it at 4 big blinds. But
We'll see. Andy Frankenberger busted, coming back tomorrow. Matt Affleck busted, but is coming back tomorrow. Who else
all of
do we
this
have?
is assuming they're not hit by a bus or caught in a big earthquake or
This
something.
is true. Alan Kessler
I mean, nothing's that much of a guarantee.
busted and is coming back tomorrow. We did have a...
Yay, more Alan Kessler. Hooray.
That person was clapping because they heard us talking about Alan Kessler. All right.
No, they weren't.
We're going to see people tomorrow. In the meantime, we have 148 people who did survive today that we will see again on Saturday for
Right.
day
Minus
2.
however many of them forfeit, if any.
And leading that pack by a margin is our Club WPT Player of the Day, Matt Bookie, who was up there with like 170, 180, which was with less than an hour to go.
Battling for the chip lead with
Around
Ryan
the chip
Welch.
league.
And
and a couple of other people. And then he got moved to a new table.
Mm-hmm.
And over the span of 6 hands, he went from 170 to 265. And ended up with 248,500 chips at the end of the day, which very much gave him the chip lead. We gave him Player of the Day honors, which means he also got a ClubWPT.com subscription free for a year.
By the way, timeout. Is timeout something that you do? I don't know. Jess is now the video hostess for WPT Live Updates. And that is cool. And I am proud of her as my coworker.
Are you?
This is the me that was there when I wasn't allowed to argue with you till 7:15 p.m.
Oh, thanks,
rubbed out.
coworker.
But I mean, that's a pretty cool thing, and Jess deserves some props for that. I would not want to do
you.
that.
Well, thanks, BJ. So yes, you'll be seeing more of me, less of BJ. What's not to love about this formula?
So if you love the Jess and BJ show, but you hate BJ, you can
Our
watch.
videos are going to be all for you.
You're gonna watch constant. You'll see like the Jess and Matt Bookie show for like 4 minutes, and the Jess and Andy Frankenberger show for 4 minutes, and different people every day. See, you can think of it as like a spin-off. That's what it is. I can get executive producer credit. Okay, time in. We're done.
Executive producer credit? No. Okay, we're gonna time out again later and iron out this contract business because I was gonna let you guest star on occasion, and this executive producer nonsense is not gonna fly. But we have a question of the day to get to.
Are we done with everything else?
Well, we hit Matt Bookie, 148 people left. Anything
Okay.
you feel like we're leaving out?
Not really. Day 1A, not a lot goes on.
You know, we said that earlier when we did the first one and we left a lot of stuff out, but I do feel like we kind of covered the big points here. Reigning champ coming back tomorrow, re-entries, Brookie's got heaps.
All right, question of the day.
So this riding your bike thing is one of those sayings
Not like
that
riding a bike.
doesn't always make the most sense, as you can see. So the question of the day is, what is your least favorite kind of trite saying that people do?
I do not like the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Is it because the word ain't?
No, I actually don't have that big of a problem with the word hate. I just hate the fact that, if something's working now, then it's as good as it can be and just leave it alone. It's a crappy attitude. I mean, if that were the case, we would probably still be swinging in trees because, hey, I believe in evolution. Although, I just feel like things often can be improved. To be honest, this show would not exist if it were for that attitude. Because we didn't need this show. Our live updates weren't broken, but we looked at it and said, you know what this show needs? It needs more Jess and more BJ. And when I say it like that, it doesn't sound right. But anyway, the live updates weren't broke, so there was nothing to fix, but we did this show anyway.
For example, if we thought that this show wasn't broken, we wouldn't fix it like we tried to today, and we'll do a better job of doing it.
Yeah, too much of a micro angle. Big picture. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I hate that saying. You can always look at ways to improve.
All right, the one that I can't stand, what you don't know can't hurt you. If I don't know that a man with a gun is sneaking up on me, he's still going to shoot me. My lack of knowledge will not save me.
Okay, in defense of that saying, it's usually more about knowledge and ignorance. It's not about like, oh, I didn't know that rock was going to fall on me.
Okay, now wait. I have a counter to this. You're telling me I'm going to pick a poisonous mushroom and I'm going to eat it thinking, oh, hey, a mushroom. And the fact that I don't know it's poisonous is going to mean I don't die?
No, that's a different kind of ignorance that's deadly. This is I'm talking about,
That's exactly in contrary.
No, it's more like social stuff. Like if your boyfriend were cheating on you.
My boyfriend's cheating on me?
No.
Mike Dexter.